encouraged by the number of home fellowships that we have here in this church, because in Vietnam, being a communist country, you don't see churches on every street corner. A lot of the believers, they have to, because the government has made it illegal, they have to meet in homes. But what happens in those homes is you see the power of God. You see people that are passionate, that are excited about coming to church and coming and gathering with other believers, because they go through their days and don't get a chance to see other people that believe as they believe. And so when they finally get to the church, it's awesome. I think it's a little different than kind of our concept of church, where I think a lot of times we're trying to gather people and get people to come to the church. There, you don't even get to go to the church until you're a believer, and then they trust you with the location of the church. And so what a privilege we have to be able to worship and praise openly. And through this trip a couple of months ago, now I have the chance to go again to Vietnam. And so I'm planning a trip to go to Vietnam in March to train some of the underground village pastors and really share on the topic of praise and worship. What it is, how to infuse music into worship, but really a broader concept of it. And what's exciting about this is that it's an opportunity to speak to this group of pastors that then will go out to all of their underground churches and be able to share some of the things that they've gotten from the pastor's training. And so it's an exciting trip. God has really already provided for it. I planned about in January to do it, and I needed $2,500, and through just God's provision, He owns the cattle on 1,000 hills. He's already provided for the trip. So I was actually, going to come here and talk about, people partnering with the trip, but it's already taken care of. But what I will say is that, there's an ongoing ministry, and God's continuing to work these things out, and He's, been taking me not only across the state, but really across the world to share and worship. And it's amazing how worship, and especially music, has a way of just drawing people. I think of that trip to Vietnam. We were on a cruise ship, and I just, we pull out the guitar and start playing some songs, and like some people from the Netherlands and Holland just start, and it becomes a time of ministry. And so you're able to share with them the gospel and share with them why we're here and what God's doing. And so it's constant. And so my wife will have some CDs for sale if you want to just